Would the president ever accept spending levels lower than those included in the debt ceiling agreement? And how does he respond to a criticism that other Democrats have communicated that Speaker Kevin McCarthy is now sort of reneging on the deal by communicating, in his words, you always have to remember with appropriation levels, that's your cap. You can always do less.
So look, I'm not going to get ahead of the appropriations process. We expect Congress is certainly to abide by the bipartisan budget agreement that both sides came to the table for, and that's including the agreed to adjustments. So certainly not going to get ahead of that. We made a deal, and we will uphold our end of this deal, and so they need to uphold theirs. And so I'll just leave it there. It's just as simple as that. That is what this agreement was all about. That is what the president signed into law. It's about the American people. It's about delivering for their needs. It's about making sure that we have a budget that's fiscally responsible. That's what we were able to do in a bipartisan way. And so we are going to uphold our part, and we expect them to do the same.
The president just met with Jan Stoltenberg in the Oval Office. Did the president end their visit today, or was he expected to? Perhaps you weren't in there for the entire time, to ask Jan Stoltenberg to stay on past the expiration of his term this October?
So look, the president hasn't made any decision yet on that process. I'm certainly not going to get ahead of the president on this, but we've been very clear that we believe the Secretary General has done a fantastic job, a really wonderful job during this difficult time, this history-making time, with the war in Ukraine being one of them, and how NATO has come together in a way that we haven't seen in a very long time, the strength of NATO. And so we appreciate his efforts and his hard work the last 2 years. I'm just certainly not going to get ahead of the president.
There's reporting right now that the CIA warned the Ukrainian government not to attack the Nord Stream gas pipelines last summer after obtaining detailed information about a Ukrainian plot to destroy that main pipeline between Russia and Europe right now. I'm not asking you to confirm that specifically, but has President Biden, as he said to us previously, that he spoke directly to Volodymyr Zelensky and told him that the F-16s, or was reassured that Zelensky would never use the F-16s to target anything inside Russian geographic territory? Has the president ever communicated to Volodymyr Zelensky that he expected Ukrainians at no time to target anything with any weapons beams inside Russian geographic territory?
So the president has been really clear. He spoke to this before. Jake has spoken to this. The admiral has spoken to this.
Pipeline?
Look, I can't confirm anything about the pipeline. That is not something that I can do.
But if
that
it was
is
inside Russian territory,
that is something that the CIA, certainly I would refer you to them. I'm not speak to any communication that may or may have not happened. So I'm just going to be really clear. But more broadly, we've been very clear about how we see the use of weapons that should be used within Ukraine, and certainly not in Russia. We've been very clear about that. But as it relates to the pipeline, I just can't speak to that. That is something that the CIA.
The Phoenix Mercury come to D.C. this Friday. What plans does the president or vice president or first lady or whomever have to meet with her or host here at the White House?
I don't have anything to preview at this time on any meeting
that it may occur.
I don't have anything for you. As you know, and I think we reported this out during the White House Correspondents' Dinner, the president, and we did report this out, met with, had a side conversation with Brittany and Sherelle. It was an important moment between the families, because the First Lady was there. I just don't have anything beyond that to share about a meeting with Brittany.